So if you need money, that's number one. Easiest thing to do. And so what I wanted to cover today was I'm calling cash flow is oxygen, how to get some. But this is actually part of a larger discussion that I'm half targeting towards my coaches, and half y'all can just join in on what I would be talking to them about. And so one of the skills that a coach has to have, and if you are coaching yourself, you are the coach, you're the master of your own domain, you're the coach of your own business, right? And you have to coach you better than anyone else can, right? That's good to have outside counsel. That's why we have coaching. That's why I get coaching. But you have to be your own coach because you're the one who's going to be making the decisions for your business more than anyone else will, right? And so oftentimes when I am on the phone with a business owner, I am listening for the majority of the time of that call, and I'm looking for certain things. And so some of you may have heard of a SWOT analysis, right? Strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. More commonly now in MBA schools, they've actually reversed that, and they call it an OTSU. And what that means is opportunities, threats are disproportionately weighted as far more important, and then you have strengths and weaknesses. And so the reason that I'm saying this is that most times when I'm listening to a client who's saying, I'm struggling, I'm having an issue, or I'm at a bottleneck, it doesn't necessarily need to be that they're losing money, but just like, I can't get past this point, what's the issue? I'm going to be looking for cash flow opportunities that are sitting on the ground and massive threats. Those are the two things I'm looking for in the beginning. Once those boxes check off, then we go down to strengths and weaknesses. For example, if someone is bleeding cash, I'm not going to tell them to fix their culture, right? Fixing their culture is something that they absolutely need to do, but it's not going to be the thing that's going to save their business tomorrow, right? They need money. And so it's one of the things that drives me nuts because it's not prioritizing the actions according to how important they are, right? And so an example of this, I mean, I just used the culture example, but let me look at another one. Here's a more relevant one. Retention, right? And believe me, I'm like the king of making sure that you're doing a good job to your customers, right? But if your retention is shit, right? It's absolute shit. If you need to make payroll in the next 30 days, implementing retention system is not going to solve your problem, right? It's going to take 12 weeks for that to pan out. Now, is this something you should do? Absolutely. After you have milked out all of the big opportunities that sit in front of you and ensured that you're not going to kill yourself from a threat standpoint. Now, if your retention is like you're churning 30% month over month, then that becomes a threat. It's not even a weakness; it's a threat itself to your business. Now, the number one thing that I see, and this is like when I'm getting on the phone now, and like I occasionally take calls with gym owners to kind of like just poke and listen, and I try not to advertise it because I couldn't. Like I actually thought about this like yesterday to Layla. I was like, I wonder if I could take one call with everyone if I did 30 minutes for every person once a month. And I was like, oh no, it's still taking me 3 months. So I can't do it. I tried and I thought about it. It can't work. So all I do is give you the lessons that I have learned from the people that I have spoken with. And so if, for example, you don't have a one-on-one nutrition and accountability program that you have plugged into your facility on top of your group training, that is the biggest opportunity that sits on top of your business right now. Would you like to have an extra $15,000 a month, spent $0 in ad spend, get it in 28 days, and you have literally no risk and it's only profit that you'd add on top of your business, basically no cost? You don't have that? Cool. Nothing else that you are going to do is going to matter. And so this is called opportunity cost. Of all of the things that we can do, doing this alternative, what other things are we doing that we're saying no to, right? Picking out which of the opportunities to focus on is usually the focus of a good coach. And this is where experience of a coach matters because they have more plays in their arsenal. They have more cards up their sleeve that they have seen be executed with precision over a short period of time. And so to a new coach, they may only have, okay, we need to run more ads, we need to work our leads harder, we need to sell better. Those are all very true things. Those, in my opinion, would sit within the strengths and weaknesses area, right? But if you are bleeding cash, and you need to make money fast, right? There are three things that will make you money fast. One is if like all three of them, by the way, include selling shit to your existing customers. That is it. You don't have enough time to start a campaign, bring people in, market, so like that takes time. And if you don't have it, then there's only three ways to make money, and all three are selling to your existing customer base. All right. In a gym, the first and easiest and least amount of anything effort is to take 3 people, run a reason why campaign, which is like a, hey, I just turned 30, and because of 30, I'm going to take 3 people with me on a 1-year transformation. It's going to be awesome. And I'm only, like I said, I'm only taking 3 people on. It's going to be $3,000. You know, text me if you want it. Just like that, you make $9,000. All right. You have 100 people, you're going to have 3 take the offer. All right. So if you need money, that's number 1. Easiest thing to do. You don't want to sell all of those. Limit yourself, but those cash pops help, right? Cash is oxygen, so you can buy yourself time to have more perspective, to make better judgments about the business. Next play is you run an internal play to your existing customers, right? Now, I guess this one would technically be like subset A and subset B, which would be the final 2. If you have, like in a normal gym, if you just want to run like a big booty boot camp or an abs challenge or whatever, right? It doesn't really matter, right? Buns and guts. Any of those things you can market to your existing customer base, and you have 2 things that you can do from there. One is you can actually sell the thing itself, which normally you'll get about 20-25% take rate of your entire customer base if you sell between $100 and $200, right? And so if you have 150 people, 25% would be whatever that is. I don't know, like 35-ish, 40-ish, whatever, somewhere in there, right? And so you have 35 people who sign up at, let's say, 150. Okay, well, made $5,000, but then you have some more fulfillment. So maybe the painful thing, that the 3 people might be a better play for that. So we'll see which one. If you did the other one recently, then that would probably be the play you did. Now, if you wanted to make even more money, right, then you should make the thing free that you're giving away, and then upsell them into food and supplements, right? Upsell them additional services once they start, because you'll get an 85% take rate and you'll close 80-90% on the upsell, right? So it's more work. But again, in a short period of time, you can sell people other stuff that's ancillary services, and that's all free money. There's no fulfillment that really has to happen there, right? So like you buy something, or in our case, you don't buy something, you just go into Prestige Labs and you click send, and then you never have to touch inventory. But point is like you're taking something for $5, you're selling it for 20, and then you just take the in between, and that's it. The exchange happens, you keep the money. Great, right? So that's another easy way of making $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 in a month. The third thing, and this is the one that I'm going to drill home for everyone, is that you have the same amount of effort that is going to go into dealing with any kind of internal play. So beyond the first thing, which is like quick text blast, limited spaces, make $10,000 tomorrow, right? That's like, cool, make $10,000 tomorrow. But if you want to make, like, if you want to start having established recurring revenue, right? Add an additional level of service. Right? Simply giving people one-on-one nutrition, one-on-one accountability. That's it. A lot of people struggle with getting to the gym. A lot of people would love someone to text them every morning, ask them what their weight is, how they're doing, make sure they show up at the gym. What this also does is your churn goes through the floor, as in like your retention goes up. People stop churning out because they have a regular communication cadence. Now, if I had 150 customers, what would I do? I would, being the enterprising mofo that I am, give everyone at my gym 28 days free, or 21 days free, or 14 days free, depending on how much work ethic I have, right? Now, for me, if I gave everyone at my gym, all 150 people, an amazing one-on-one experience that they've never had before, and then after this 28 days, you can keep doing this for $49 extra a week, right? And that's half of what I'm going to sell new people into it. So they're getting a great deal, right? What percentage of people do you think would stay? You have one-on-one contact with them for a whole month. What do you think? Half? I think a third would stay, probably higher than a third. I think half would stay? I think it's higher than a half, but let's just say half, right? Half stay. Now, you're not going to get 100% take rate because you never get 100% take rate on these types of things. But you get 85%, let's say you get 120 people to take the offer, right? You get half to stay. So you got 60. And you got 60 at $200 a month extra that are paying for one-on-one nutrition accountability. What's the cost of fulfillment there? Very low, right? 20% goes to a coach. Cool. So you pay $2,400 out of your 12, right? So you're at 9,600. And now, every single month, from this month going forward, you make your $10,000 a month. And that is profit that is in your pocket that you can do tomorrow, right? So if you need more profit, if you need more cash, there's a million ways to do it. And a lot of times, like, and this is me, somebody who's a long-term player, sometimes if you need it fast, fixing your culture is not going to do it. You need cash today. And so once you can have that and you can plug the hole or you can plug a thread or whatever it is, right? then you can start fixing the processes that got you into this pickle to begin with. But sometimes you need cash tomorrow. And so those are the three easiest ways that you can get cash tomorrow. The last one, one-on-one nutrition and accountability, by different because of marketing, so don't get scared away. Nutrition and accountability is kind of part of the game when you're a gym owner. That being said, it's free money. And so if I'm talking to a gym owner, I'm going to check off the boxes of which of these things they have done. And most times when I look at all the opportunities they have in the floor in front of them, asking them to take it. And so right now, if you're looking at your business, there's probably a million things that you could do and arguably should do, but which one thing, given the same amount of time, is going to make you the most money? Forget about everything else and just do that. And most times you're going to make the right call. And what a good coach is supposed to do is figure out of all the plays that they know in their arsenal, right? All the cards that they have to play, which one is best suited to you right now that can have high impact and require low resources, right? Those are the best. High impact, high resources, like, yes, it's going to take a lot, but it's going to cost a lot, right? Whereas here, you actually get the benefit of having the profit without the risk, right? I'm not saying front ad spend. I'm not saying, like there's literally nothing that needs to get added to your business besides one person. With 60 clients, one person can handle that. And that can be you if you want to. You can keep the extra $2,400 a month. It's your call. But all that to say, if you're looking at your business, it is your job to be able to weigh which of the things that are in front of you, because there's a million plays that are out there, and that's where people get overwhelmed. They're like, I don't know, should I run a 28-day transformation? Should I run an internal play? Should I run a paid in full? Should I run a year of change? Should I run a hybrid? Ooh, one-on-one accountability nutrition, right? What should I do? Look at which one makes you the most money and takes the least amount of resources. Depends how quickly you need the money. You need the money tomorrow, you got to do paid in full. It's going to be a text blast, you make the money. That's it. If you can wait 2 weeks to make the money, you're going to do an internal play. If you can wait a month to make the money, then you should probably do hybrid, give everyone the free play, and now you just added 120 grand a month to your facility top line, right? And then bottom line, you would add more than that top line. You add 144,000 top line, 120 bottom line, all right? One play. Is it worth it? Arguably. What most people do, not that. And that's why they struggle. So don't be one of them. Cash flow is oxygen. Make sure that you prioritize the opportunities that are bigger. And once you do that, once you execute those things, then yes, you'll have cash flow to breathe, and then you can invest in things that will actually solve your problem. Then you can pay someone to start helping retain your customers so that you don't have the churn problem, and you can wait 12 weeks and now you have cash flow from the recurring revenue stream that you took a month to build. All right. So I hope that makes sense. Drop a like, drop a comment, tag someone if you feel like it. 3 ways to make cash in the next month. Lots of love, keeping amazing. Have a wacky, wonderful Wednesday. All right. Be cool. Bye.